Intergold.
Global Intergold. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, everybody. I hope you can see me. I hope you can hear me. Please let me know by that if you can hear me. At least if you can hear my voice. And let's see if my line helps us tonight. Helps us hear my voice and see my face as well. Okay, here we are. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Talk to me. Talk to me. Type something if you can hear my voice. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Good evening. Hello, hello, hello. Can anybody hear me? Okay, someone is typing. Maria is typing. Can you hear me? Ciao. Hello. Okay, you can hear me. Good. Good. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're still waiting for someone else to join us, but I guess they'll just have to join us a little late, and we'll have started the presentation. Well, here is our presentation. This presentation, this next half hour, could change your life. And I mean that seriously, because there has never been anything like this, and I'll show you why. Now, you've seen a lot of videos about gold. You've seen a lot of very happy people. Now, let me tell you what all that is about. Let me start by giving you a tiny example of why gold is the real money of the world, why gold is the best money in the world. Now, let's take three people, for example. Okay, let's take Anna, Frank, and Joe. Joe is you. Okay, now let's take these three people as an example. Now, let's just imagine that 10 years ago, Anna had $100,000 and she decided to invest them in a house. She bought herself a brand new house. You could have about 10 years ago. Maybe not today, or maybe you can. Who knows? Now, Frank, he had $100,000 as well, and he decided to keep the $100,000 in the bank. He just kept it on his bank account. Whereas Joe, which is you had $100,000. You say, I wish. Well, let's say you did, okay? And you invested that $100,000 in gold bars. Now, let's see, after 10 years, what would have happened? Well, Anna, because of the recession, because of all the problems we've had in these past 5-10 years, she lost a lot of money because now housing prices went down. They just crumbled, okay? And now she would probably, if she had to sell her house, she would probably get $50,000 to $70,000, considering you also have a real estate agency in between, you have legal accounts, legal payments, you have your taxes, which have to be paid. So she'd probably be getting $50,000 to $70,000. She lost a lot of money. What happened to Frank? Well, we know that as of late, banks are not giving any interest rates. They're not paying interest rates on bank accounts. Plus, they're also taking money from your bank account because you have to pay for their, for their bills. You have to pay for their services. Therefore, after 10 years, we could probably say that he's lost $2,000, and from the $100,000, he's only left with $98,000. What happened to Joe? Well, Joe invested $100,000 in gold bars 10 years ago. How much do you think he would have today? Well, here it is. $284,000. Yes, because gold in 10 years, in the past 10 years, has gone up 184%. And Joe is very, very happy. No kidding. Now, let's see. If you wanted to buy gold nowadays, where would you go? Well, a good place is a bank. Another place is like a jewelry store. And a third place, which is probably now the most common place where you could buy gold, is online. So I went online and I just took 5 examples that I could find, okay? I found a bank, a Canadian bank. I live in Canada, so I looked at a Canadian bank, and it's called Scotiabank, where you can buy online gold bars. Another one is eBay. Well, who doesn't know eBay? Another one is Amazon, Amazon.com. Well, you can buy books there, but you can also buy just about everything else. And yes, you can also buy gold bars. Another one is an online, I found this one just casually. It's called goldbooker.com, and it's an online web shop where you can buy gold bars. And then there's another one, which we know and love, and it's called Global Intergold. Now, let's take a look at a price comparison. If you wanted to go to Scotiabank to buy an ounce of gold, it would cost you, based on prices, well, this is based on 2 weeks ago, prices 2 weeks ago, gold prices, you would have to pay 1,648 Canadian dollars, which translates to 1,132 euro. What about Amazon? Amazon would cost you 1,725 US dollars, which translates to 1,546 euro. If you went to ebay.com, therefore, actually no, this is ebay.it. I went to the Italian eBay, and it cost you 1,247 euro, so that translates obviously to 1247. Goldbroker.com in US dollars, actually this is in British pounds, better than that. What would you find? 855 British pounds, which translates to 1,122 euro. What about Global Intergold? Well, if you went to Global Intergold, you try to buy an ounce of gold, you pay 1,093 euro, which is the best price amongst all these ones, all these websites. So you say, okay, I want to buy gold, but geez, I don't have 1,093 euro. What do I do? Well, Global Intergold, other than just selling, other than just being an online gold shop, it allows you to do something else. You can buy, let's say you wanted to buy 900 euros worth of gold, which would translate to 23 grams of gold. You would buy a 20-gram gold bar, a 2-gram, and a 1-gram, which translates to roughly 23 grams of gold. What if you wanted to buy 900 euro worth of gold, but you say, I don't have 900 euro. Well, what if I told you you can buy them for 275 euro and some advertising action? What's advertising action? Well, what the heck is advertising action? Well, did you ever see those commercials where, for example, your phone company says, bring your friends and your relatives over to our phone company and we'll give you extra minutes, and we'll give you free text messages, or we'll give you more minutes on your account. What about your bank? Your bank says, well, bring your family over to our bank, have them open a bank account in our bank, and then we'll give you a prize, like we'll give you a blender, we'll give you a bread machine, we'll give you this and we'll give you that, or we'll give you some interest rates on your bank account. Well, that's exactly it. That is advertising action. That is exactly what everybody in the world is doing. Every major company in the world, even small companies, are doing advertising action promotions. So therefore, you pay less for something, for a product. If you do some advertising action, if you bring some people over, you get a discount. Well, Global Intergold is doing exactly that, but we're not talking a minor discount. We're not talking about 5–10% discount. We're talking a major discount, because instead of 900 euro, you're paying 275 euro. You say, well, that's amazing. Well, what do I have to do? What kind of advertising action do I have to do? Well, here it is. Here is just one example, then I'll show you some more. As soon as you pay this 275 euro, which is your account for 900 euro worth of gold, you enter into a chart, okay? This chart is called the GoldSec Global Smart. Now, this is Joe. You see Joe up in the upper left corner. In this chart, you find other people. In this case, you find Tina, you find Frank, Nazir, and Anna. These are people who entered this chart and paid 275 before you did, okay? But now, any one of these people can bring other people, can show this business to other people, to friends and relatives. And as soon as these people decide to do this, to start this business just like you did, they enter this chart. Basically, what you have to do is to find at least 2 people. Joe brings 2 people into this chart. He starts 2 other people onto this business. So let's say he brings Mark and Ali. Wow, now the chart is full. But of course, this is Joe. But anybody else in this chart could have brought these 2 people in. So the idea is to fill in the chart. As soon as the chart is finished, what happens when Saher wants to enter and she wants to start her business as well? Well, let me show you what happens. Everybody slides down 1 level. So Anna, who was at the bottommost level, she slips out of the chart. Joe slips down to the 2nd level, and Saher slips down to the 1st. Okay? So now what happens when Joe hits the 3rd level? Well, when Joe hits the 3rd level, this is where the fun begins. Because as soon as Joe fills the left part of the chart, his first bonus is 450 euro. He paid 275. He's pocketing 450 euro. Wow, that's fun. Because it's not only him filling the chart. Remember, it's everybody else filling the chart as well. So you're not working alone. Okay, what about when the second half of the chart fills up? He gets another 450 euro. That is 900 euro worth of gold. Plus, let me remind you that there is an international law that says that gold is tax-free. You don't pay taxes for gold. So, like if you buy a car, you're paying taxes for a car. Plus, you pay taxes while you own the car, and you pay more taxes when you sell the car. Well, gold is not like that. Gold, you buy, and you don't pay any taxes. You keep it, nobody knows or gives a damn that you have the gold, and when you sell it, you don't pay taxes again. So it's tax-free, which in many countries could be up to 20-25% that you're saving, okay? So you have this 900 euro worth of gold bars. Wow, that's amazing. So now what happens when you earn gold? Well, what do you do? Like, do I actually get the gold bar? Yes, you do. Because you can ask Global Intergold to send you the gold bar at home, and you get it via courier. They actually mail it to you to your home address, and you receive a little gold bar, like the ones that you saw in the videos prior to this presentation. Well, okay, you say, well, hey, I don't want to keep the gold in my house. Well, what if robbers come in? Thieves come in and they steal it? Okay, so you ask Global Intergold to keep the gold in their safe, and they have a safe in Switzerland. So they can keep it there, you pay a small amount per year, and they just keep it there until you decide to take it out and either have it sent to you, or I don't want the gold bar, I need the money. Okay, I have my sister's wedding, and I want to go over to her place for the wedding. So what do? I need the money. So I get Global Intergold to send me the money instead. So what happens? Well, Global Intergold will sell the gold for you, and you get the amount of money as for the price of gold on that day. So they sell the gold and they credit the money either to your credit card or to your bank account. This all happens online. You don't have to move from your house. It's all very comfortable. Or you say, well, I have some money. I got the gold. Well, I want to try this scheme again. I want to try it and buy into the chart once more. This again, because I paid 275 and I'm making 900. Well, that's a pretty damn good deal. Okay, so you start again. And now, here's the fun part. Because you can start again on the chart that you did, which means you paid 275 and you got 900 euro worth of gold. Or there's other charts. And that's where the fun happens. Because there's another chart where you can enter for 375 and you get 1,050 euro worth of gold. Or there's another chart called the GoldSec Global Pro chart, where you pay 450 euro and you get 7,000 euro worth of gold bars. That's a lot of gold. Or there's another one where you pay 1,050 and you get 7,000 euro worth of gold. Okay. Now, here's the strategy. Let's say you have 275 euro, okay? You say, I have no more and I don't want to invest anymore, okay? So here's a strategy where you can literally make a lot of money, and I'll show you how, without spending anything but the original 275, which, by the way, you get back right away as soon as you hit the 900 mark, okay? So I showed you the chart by which you pay 275 and you come out with 900 euro worth of gold. Well, what do you do with that 900 euro? What if I told you you could put part of that money in your pocket, 250, you see the green arrow over to the right, you put 250 euro in your pocket, and you invest 375, so 250 you put in your pocket, you practically recoup the 275 that you originally invested, and you invest 375 into the next level chart. Well, the next level chart for 375 gets you 1,050 euro. Well, what do you do with that 1,050 euro? Well, let's put some money in my pocket, 600 euro, I'll go on vacation, and I invest the remaining 450 euro in the next level chart, which costs 450 euro. Well, that chart gets you 7,000 euro worth of gold. That's a lot of gold. Well, what do you do with that? Well, you cash it in and you put 5,950 euro in your pocket and you invest 1,050 euro in the next level chart. And then what happens after that? You get 7,000 euro, which means at that point you can put 7,000 euro in your pocket. What does that mean? Well, how much have you made in the meantime? You've made 13,800 euro. And there's people that have made this amount of money in just over a month worth of work. Okay? What if you did this twice in 1 year? You went through this whole scheme, this whole strategy twice. Well, you would make 27,600 euro. So considering if you did this whole scheme, this whole strategy in 1 month, and in 2 months you went through it twice, in 2 months you would have made more than many people earn in a year. And it's tax-free. That is amazing. No other job offers you that. Okay? Now, you say, well, that's pretty good. That's a lot of work. But a lot of people have this idea. Well, this is called multi-level marketing. And a lot of people have this strange idea. You say, well, I do multi-level marketing. I don't want to work. I just want to sit at home and make money. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't really work like that. I mean, whatever job you do in your life, you have to work for it. Obviously, nobody sits at home and makes money. Well, yeah, Bill Gates does, but he had to work at the beginning to make all the money that he made. Okay, you have to work a bit. Okay, it means you have to work really hard to build your clientele. And your clientele is not just people that you're selling stuff to. These are people that you're helping build a business, helping them build a business which can change their lives. Like it will change yours. Because if you work hard, you will change your life. And they will change theirs. And they'll thank you for this because you've shown them this type of business. Now, there is a point in your life when you can literally sit back, relax, and make money without working. Yes, this job offers you this. And it's when you enter the Leaders Program. What's the Leaders Program? Well, remember when I told you you help someone create their business just like someone is helping you now create your own? Okay. Well, you help 6 people create their business, okay? And you go through all the charts, and you get to the gold line chart, the gold set gold line chart. Namely, that's the one that pays you 7,000 euro, okay? And once everybody, you and these 6 other people that you directly or indirectly brought into this business, okay? Once you go through that chart, and all of you have earned that 7,000 euro, you, who are at the top of the chart, you enter what's called the leadership units. Leadership units chart, which means that for every person that gains the 7,000 euro from the gold line chart, you make a bonus. You gain leadership units, and for every so many leadership units, you make money. Okay, well, what does that mean? What does that translate to? Let's just say that you brought some people in, and these people brought other people into this business. And these people, in turn, brought more people in. It is really easy at a certain point when you have enough people under you that you brought in to get to really, really large numbers of people that directly or indirectly were brought in by you. So let's say you have 150 clients, okay? Each person that starts this business is called a client. I'm a client, you'll become clients, everybody that you bring in will become clients. Okay, let's say you have 150 clients, directly or indirectly below you. And each of them receives a bonus. Well, what happens? How much do you make? You get 31,500 euro. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not talking about working at this point. I'm not talking about you bringing people in and starting them up on their business. I'm talking about people who are brought in by the people that you've already brought in. So you've already done your job. And these people now are doing their job, bringing more people in, and you're just sitting at home, and all of a sudden you look up on your website, on the Global Intergold website, that keeps track of everything that is happening to you, directly or indirectly, and lo and behold, you find that you earn 31,500 euro without doing a thing, nothing. So let's say, what happens? Well, what happens if you say, okay, well, geez, you know, I tried, I've invested my 275 euro, I mean, it's great, but I don't know, it's just not for me. I don't want to do this job. I'm kind of lazy. I don't want to call people up. I want to quit. What happens? Do I lose the 275 euro? No. You get it back because there's an international law, especially a European law, that states, and this is a European company, it's based in Switzerland, by the way, in London, and they have also offices in Switzerland and in Germany. There is a law, a European law, that says that within 2 weeks' time, as soon as you make any sort of investment, as soon as you buy anything, you have 2 weeks to decide to go back on your deal. So within 2 weeks, you write to the company and you say, look, I don't want to do this anymore. No questions asked. You get 275 euro back. Okay, fine. Well, what if you say, okay, I'm trying this, the 2 weeks have gone by, and I can't find anybody else. I mean, I can't find two people to put it into the chart. What happens? Do I lose the money? Do I lose the 275 euro? No, you don't. Because as I told you before, on that chart, you can bring people, the people that you brought in, or the people that are already on that chart, or the people that have been brought into that chart by other people, can bring people, more people in. So no matter what, that chart is going to get filled up. You're going to go down the chart, all the way down to the bottom, and as soon as the next person comes onto the chart and you pop off the chart, the bottom level, you get 275 euro back. Give you full refund. No questions asked. Okay? Oh, wait a minute. There is a catch, and it's a good catch too. Because if you enter this business now, if you start this business now, it was already gone. It's a special offer, but it was already gone, and they decided to extend it for an extra month. If you enter this business now, you have 1 month to enter this business, try it. If you pop off the chart and you haven't found two people, you know what happens? You don't get 275 back. No, you get 900 euro, just as if you brought two people into the chart. You say, well, why is that? Well, because it's a special offer, because it's a new chart that was just started up 2 months ago, and Global Intergold finds that there's a lot of people who like this chart. So they set up this promotion. If you enter, you pay 275 euro. You want it back within 2 weeks, you get 275 euro back. You try for more than 2 weeks, you can't find two people. As soon as you're off the chart, you get 900 euro. No questions asked. You haven't done a thing, you've earned 625 euro. Okay? So what's better than that? Okay? Well, what if you say, okay, look, I like this. I really, really like this. Like over 1.5 million people in 26 countries all over the world already said. They said, hey, I really like this. I want to work hard and I want to build this business. Well, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. If you start a business, okay, let's say you work as an employee. As an employee, you bring in what? 1,100, 1,200, 1,500 euro a month? Well, what happens? Will you ever become rich? No way. You'll work 10, 12 hours for the rest of your life, and that's it. That's all you're going to make. You're not going to make much more than that. You're not going to get rich because you're unemployed. Someone else is getting rich above you, okay? Okay, I want to start my own business. I want to open a bar, okay, a restaurant. Well, if I want to open a restaurant, I have to pay a lot of money. I have to invest a lot of money. I have to work extremely hard every single day, probably 12, 14, 16 hours a day. And hopefully, within the first 1 or 2 years, I probably won't even be able to break even. I won't even be able to make any money. I'll be lucky if I don't lose any money. And if I do lose money, I lost my entire investment and all the work I put into it. If I make money, it'll take me 2 or 3 years to start making money. Yes, but it costs me a lot. Well, in this business, you're paying 275 euro. You have absolutely no risks, like I showed you now, because you can back up anytime. You can back out anytime you want. But if you do work hard, ladies and gentlemen, you can go up there and you can become big and rich. One last thing. Multi-level marketing is something that is happening around us every single day. Now, you go to a bar. Here's an example. You go into a bar and you buy coffee. You think that's multi-level marketing? Well, no. Well, yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's called multi-level marketing. Why? Well, because you pay €1 for that coffee, okay? Well, that euro doesn't go all in the pocket of the bar owner. No, it doesn't. Because a little bit of that euro goes to the coffee distributor who sold the bar the coffee that you drank. Well, is that all his? No, it's not. Because a little bit of that money that he puts in his pocket goes to the importer, the coffee importer, the man who imports the coffee and then distributes it to the distributors of your city or of your country. Well, does that money go into the importer's pocket completely? No, it doesn't, because a part of that money goes into the coffee producer who's probably in Colombia, okay? And he's making a lot of money because he's got 1,000 importers all over the world buying his coffee, and each of these 1,000 importers has about 1,000 distributors, and each of those 1,000 distributors has 1,000 bars. So there's a lot of people paying, and there's very few people at the top making the money. Now, what happens if you bring a friend to the bar? Is the bar going to give you a discount? Well, probably not. It's only a coffee. Okay? Is there any chance that if you bring 1,000 friends to that bar, you could become the owner of the bar? Nah. The distributor of the coffee? Nah. The importer? Even less. The coffee producer? Never. Well, this is the only business that allows you to climb the ladder and go all the way to the top. Okay, think about it. In a couple of years' work, with just a couple of years' work, you could literally, if you work hard enough, become a millionaire. And I'm not kidding, because there's a lot of people in this business, in global intergold, that are making hundreds of thousands of euro a month out of this business. Okay, a month. So you say, I want to work hard. Well, ladies and gentlemen, yes, you can make a heck of a lot of money. Well, this is the end of my presentation. I hope I showed you something interesting. I hope I showed you something that you can find useful, and maybe it might change your life. It might not. But I really, truly hope that it does, because this is probably one of the only businesses, legal businesses in the world, that allow you to make really a lot of money if you work hard at it. Okay? Thank you very much. If you do have any questions, please type them or write to me privately. I'll be glad to answer anything. While I'm on, you can write. Very clear. Good, good. Thank you. Thank you, Christian. Okay. And whatever else, I'm here. As long as I'm here, I'm online. And if anybody else has any questions, any perplexities, any doubts, please express them, because it's a very clear, very transparent type of business. And you're buying the only real money that the world has ever had. I mean, gold is 5,000 years old. Gold you can exchange in any country in the world, whereas if you go with euro down probably to Botswana, somewhere in Africa, they don't even know what a euro is. If you go there with a gold bar, they'll change it, they'll buy it from you. Okay, it's the only money that doesn't lose its value. Current currency, dollars, euros, they're always losing. They're always losing their value, because they're being printed out non-stop by the Fed in the States, by the European Central Bank here in Europe. And obviously, the more you print, the less the bill, the euro or the dollar bill are worth. Okay, gold is not like that, because there's only a finite amount of gold in the world, okay, that is being mined. Therefore, you can't find any more. You can't print it. Okay, you can't just make it out of the blues. Therefore, gold is the only money, it's the only value that never loses its value. So if, let's say you don't want to do this business, okay, you want to find other people, fine, that's fine. You just buy the gold bars, put them in your pocket, put them in your safe, wherever you want. And then one day, whenever you need some money, you have gold, which is probably going to be worth a lot more. One last example. If in 1914, you wanted to buy a car, it would cost you $450 or 13 ounces of gold. Today, if you want to buy a car, it costs you $24,000, and it still would cost you 13 ounces of gold. So if you had $450 back in 1913, you wouldn't be able to buy much today, probably a nice blender. Okay? If you had 13 ounces of gold, you could still buy the car today. Okay? Gold does not lose its value. If you take a look at the gold charts, they just keep going straight up in value. Okay? So keep that in mind. I hope this has been useful. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much. Good, Mariana. Okay, Lucia, good, very good. Okay, so we'll see you next time. Take care.
As of now, the world financial system is on the brink of collapse due to its own shortcomings. This is why inflation is skyrocketing, all debt is at record levels, and the government and Fed are hemorrhaging new money to bail out the corrupt system.
Where is people's money safe?
Well, I don't give financial advice. I'll only tell you what I do. And what I've been doing since 2001, when we predicted the beginning of the gold bull run, has been investing in gold, a little bit of silver, and for a while the Swiss franc. But now they're trying to drive down the value of that. Gold looks like the life preserver. Because what's really going on, Lauren, is the world knows that the European situation, there's no way out of it. So the more digital money that they keep printing, the higher the value of gold. So right now, gold, to me, is the wisest asset.
This is just gold for the past decade. I just challenge anybody to go and find an index or a stock or anything that looks that good over the last 10 years. This is a perfect chart. It's very bullish. There's nothing here saying that gold, in this information that you're looking at, this is what technical analysts look at when they're trying to figure out whether to buy an asset or sell an asset. And this is saying that gold is probably going to continue rising. There's nothing bearish in that signal.
What will happen is there's going to be a currency revaluation across the globe. Well, gold in particular will have to be, as it was in the 30s, valued upward. So gold and precious metals and any currency that brings in a basket of commodities or precious metals as the basis of that currency will, in concert, you're going to see a revaluation of gold bullion, I believe. And you can see the price of gold move up 50, 60% in one day or 1 week. Or could move up 100% in a week. This means that all currencies are going to be revalued against gold.
Gold is this kind of thing that you buy the bars of it or you buy the physical gold and you don't do anything with it. You just hold it.
Yeah, gold is money. And money retains its value. That's the good thing about money. The problem is what everybody is using that they think is money, dollars, doesn't retain its value because Ben Bernanke is printing it like crazy.
This is the gold panic in 1948 in Shanghai. If you wait until the last minute, you know, I'm not very good at swearing. Robert Kiyosaki is great at it, so I usually don't swear much on stage. But if you wait until the last minute, you are shit out of luck, up shit creek without a paddle in a barbed wire canoe, fucked.
New technologies, new products, new benefits. We create new business opportunities for you. New set of physical global Intergold branded gold bars and the new programs Global Smart and Global Pro. Fast purchase of the new gold set, Global Gold Bar Set. Fast and high income. Start right now. Speed, efficiency, profitability. Place an order now. Global Intergold, the online gold shop. Develop your gold business.